What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Frequent Flyer Miles, which is in Halo 2, beat the par score on the Great Journey. So I'm just going to waltz over here to begin with, and I'm going to hijack a Ghost. I actually have the jacked skull on, so I can only get in a ground vehicle by boarding it. So that's one way I'm going to get my score up. But you can see I cloaked myself as the Ghost approached me, and I just boarded it without that brute even knowing about it. And now I am off to the races. We're going to despawn some enemies to start here. But we're going to blow by these guys first, and then we got to fight 2 Wraiths and a handful of Brutes up here, but we're actually going to despawn those guys pretty easily. So just go over here with your Ghosts, speed on down, and we are going to basically go touch the wall up here and then cut back. So go up to about here, turn around, and go back the way we came, and for whatever reason, this despawns all the enemies in that area, including the Wraiths, which is a big threat, obviously, that we're getting rid of. So, we're just going to skip all these enemies in the beginning, and then we'll worry about getting some points later on. So just wrap around that rock, like you saw right there. Follow this path. It doesn't have to be exact or anything, but just, you know, this general path I'm taking, and you can see all of the enemies are now gone. No Wraiths. There's some dead Brutes on the ground, and we are on to the next section already. So just past those people, those elites and hunters talk to you. The hunters don't talk, but the elite does. Grab a beam rifle, and then I cloak myself. I should probably have thrown a grenade quicker than that, so I could kill more people, but just start sticking people. You should have 4 grenades to start. So I'm just going to hang out here, and all those brutes will fight the hunters coming in. So you can kind of take your time down here. I'm going to go up here. There are reinforcements. There's more than just those 4 brutes, so watch out for those guys. I am kind of playing this very sloppily right now. I like to take out the brutes before the hunters start moving up. That way, I'm not kind of stuck in between them. I can't really get up there now because the hunters and brutes are all firing at each other, so it's kind of tough to poke my head around a corner without getting shot at. So I'm just failing at this jump. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to fail again. There's a crate here. Who put that there, for God's sake? But I'm just going to walk up the ramp at this point. There are carbines right here, so I'm going to grab that. So I have a carbine and a beam rifle at this point. And again, I like to move up before the hunters do, because you're going to see I'm basically going to be bombarded with a bunch of grenades, because they're all throwing them at me, but mostly the hunters. So it's kind of tough to move up since all the brute shots and plasma grenades are being thrown over here. So I kind of got to hang back until the hunters are dead, unfortunately. But I do have 3 skulls on, I believe, in this. I have on jacked, like I mentioned before. I think I mentioned that, but if not, I have jacked on. So I cannot get in any ground vehicles without boarding them. But we don't need to worry about that anymore, because we're just going to get in a Banshee, which is a flying vehicle. Watch out for the 2 beam rifle jackals who come in from the left as reinforcements. You can see I luckily was able to line them up and kill them both with 1 headshot from the beam rifle. That is not something you should bank on. That was pretty lucky. But we could see that they have a bunch of brutes over there still, but they're pretty easy to take out. I also have on Thunderstorm, which promotes the ranks of most enemies. And I also have on, whoa man, that's not a skull. I was just reacting to that brute shot coming at me. I also have on Catch, which you could see the effects of right now. They are more likely to throw grenades at me, so that is kind of good in a way, because I have more opportunities to run by them or stick them or just shoot at them in general, because they're not shooting at me. They're just throwing grenades at me for the most part, so that's pretty easy to deal with if you're at least expecting them to do that. This guy I usually stick, but I'm out of grenades, so I just decided to shoot him in the head real quick. And we are done with this section. That was pretty quick for this section, actually. Normally it takes a little bit longer, but hey, we'll take it. I actually foolishly just ran over here expecting nobody to be there, but look at that. There was a brute hanging out on the other side, so you always want to be aware that some straggler brutes or jackals may be hiding on the opposite side of that, or just in general. You want to make sure you clear out the whole area so you don't get shot at from behind and killed. So this section is full of a bunch of regular jackals with their little shields, and also there's a beam rifle jackal that's going to be on the opposite side of this bridge that we have to go towards, and a bunch of buggers as well. So at this point, I'm trying to take out that beam rifle guy. I don't see him yet. He's usually up on that thing I'm looking at. There's a group of buggers in the corners, And there is the Jackal standing up there. I should switch to my beam rifle, but I'm like, I'll take a risk shooting at him with a carbine. It worked out. If you move up too fast, or not too fast, whenever you do move up to the middle area of this bridge, a phantom will come in. It's scripted to come in, so be aware of that. That's why I'm not moving forward particularly quickly, because I want to take my time so I could take out as many people without worrying about that phantom to my left. So I jumped up here. Now the phantom will come in, because I'm in the middle of the bridge. So I'm hiding behind all this stuff. There he is. He's starting to shoot at me from the left. And at this point, you can just cloak yourself and move on. The par score, again, is 8,000, so we're going to get that pretty easily. There's a bunch of brutes to kill and everything, so we get the score up pretty quickly. This next section is the prison section, and all I'm going to do is free all my friends. So you can see the hunter in there, and that cell that I just freed, just shoot the bottom with the beam rifle, that little thing that's actually deploying the shield door, and all your friends will come out and start helping you out, wrecking all these brutes. And we are free to take shots at them and help out now, but most of the work is going to be handled by these friends of ours. And I can't really... I think I actually may have killed that hunter accidentally with the beam rifle, but whatever. Actually, no, I didn't. I would have gotten a some negative score if that was the case. Probably just was blown up by that plasma grenade. But again, just hang back here for a little bit. Take out all the enemies from afar. Most of them are already taken out just from the all your friends. And they're all sticking each other, and it's a big stick fest because of the catch skull. So again, the catch skull and skulls in general increase the score, the base score for all the enemies you kill. So that's a good way to get points. Another good way is to get multi-kills, so like double kill, triple kill, etc. And also sprees. And dying. Obviously, you lose points if you die, so try not to do that. I do that here. You want to cloak here because that brute looks to the right, and he could see you, even though he has his back to you. So it looks like, at first glance, that he won't be able to see you, but he could. He just turns his neck a little bit, his head. But basically, I just cloaked myself, assassinated him, stuck a guy, assassinated the other guy because he was not paying attention to me for some reason. And that guy just jumped off the edge, so whatever. We'll take that. That's fine with me. And then you skip a cutscene where Johnson is like, "Yo, I don't like your face, Arbiter, but let's be friends for a little bit, at least today." At this point, I switch out my beam rifle for a fresh beam rifle, and I grab a Banshee. There is a despawn that I forgot to do, and I got in the Banshee, and I'm like, wait, let me do this despawn. It ends up not working. I think it's because I took too long, or once you get in the Banshee, it doesn't work. But normally, you go over here, just walk back the way you came, and you'll see loading zone done, or loading done. And once that happens, you could go back and proceed through the rest of the level, and what that does is it kills all the wraiths. So you don't have to deal with 3 wraiths up here. In our case, it's kind of good that they didn't get despawned because of the fact that we'll get more points. But if you're doing like a speed run or just like a legendary run, you want to do that despawn so that way you don't have to deal with the wraiths, and it speeds up the level. So, you can see we're going to get a bunch of points, though, for these guys. You can see it didn't work, again, because I got in the Banshee, I think, or it took too long. Either one, or a combination. But you get a nice, hefty payday from these guys. It's like 1,500 or something-ish. I know it's... or maybe even more, wow. Pretty sweet, I'll take it. So we could get pretty much all the points we need, almost from just these 3 wraiths. We only need 8,000, and that's like almost 2,000 apiece. Damn, Arbiter, you so crazy, Arbiter. I'm just doing some loop-de-loops in my Banshee here. Get some elevation going. These guys I'm shooting at, you don't need to do that. You should just speed down and to the right in this channel. There's those specters shooting at me. I should have avoided those much better. Fortunately, they didn't kill me. They do tear you up very quickly. And they spawn on the left side of the canyon that we just drove through. So you want to just stick to the right, and you probably want to be a little lower than I was too, so they don't, you know, kill you. That wraith in the Master Chief Collection, for whatever reason, always flips, and that brute that should be in that wraith does not have any animation. If you go up and walk straight up to him, he'll just be standing there. He will walk towards you slowly, like nonchalantly. He's not threatening you at all, but he does not actually ever shoot you or try to punch you or anything, or throw grenades at you. Very weird. I don't know why that is in the Master Chief Collection, but not in the original. But we'll take it. And again, there was another Wraith there that did not have that issue with the AI and the flipping of the tank. But we just took him out for another heaping helping of points. But I'm just going to sit here now. I'm just waiting for the Scarab to walk up to the point where it needs to walk up to before he blows open the doors. So I cut out like 2 minutes there because I was just hovering and waiting for this to happen. I'm avoiding the Banshees. I don't want to get in any dogfights because I might die, and in that case I'll have to restart, or not restart, but revert to last checkpoint, and then you lose points every time you die, and it's just not worth it because we have all the points we need at this point. So you could actually take the Banshee in here, just go into the doorway and then fly up and along the ceiling and then come back down on the other side, and you actually need to get out of the Banshee before the door realizes that you're there. So the door will not open up until you get out of the Banshee, which is weird. It doesn't realize you're there until you're on foot and not in a Banshee. So you got to do that for all the doors. This is the only one that's remaining, though. So I run up here, killed those 4 guys. I didn't think these would all spawn. There is another wave that spawns once you kill those guys. I didn't think they would spawn, though, since I was so close to them, all up in their face, but they did spawn. One stuck me, but I was fortunately able to cue the cutscene before it blew up, which was very close and very scary. But you could actually get the Banshee in here. If you've seen my previous videos for this level, you probably saw me get the Spectre in here. But the Banshee is way easier to get in here. It's pretty much 100% success rate instead of, you know, kind of 50-50, which is annoying, because then you have to reset the whole level if you want to continue on with the Spectre. But at this point, it's a little tougher, because obviously you don't have 4 Johnsons firing at him all at once. Which sounds weird now that I say it out loud. So this way's a little tougher once you get in here with the Banshee, because of the fact that 4 Johnsons, again, are not shooting at him, constantly taking his shield down. But once you do take his shield down, once the 1 Johnson takes his shield down with the beam rifle, you could just Banshee bomb him, and that gives him a good amount of damage. And also when you have the Banshee in here, you're not really at risk of getting attacked by Tartarus, because you could just fly around and avoid him entirely. Just stay away from him until the Banshee, or the beam rifle, hits him 3 times, and that takes down his shield. And then you could obviously damage him with your Banshee bomb. But you could see here I sped it up because it's pretty much me just flying around. I didn't want you to have to sit through this whole thing. But one thing you do want to do is keep an eye on the other entrance point to this room. You could see to the front right of me right now. To the left is Johnson, where we entered from, and to the right of that is the area where brute reinforcements will come in. So occasionally there will be 3 brutes that come at you, and you want to make sure you are keeping your eye on that at all times, because especially with the catch skull on, they will throw grenades at you. So if you're kind of just sitting in one spot, they will stick you easily. So you want to keep moving around, or if you're not moving around and you're just hovering, you want to keep your eye on that area at all times so you know when the brutes are approaching you, and you could just take them out. Like you saw, I just took them out there. Now Tartarus is almost dead, I believe. I hope he's dead because I'm out of things to say, and doesn't look like he is. So we're just going to keep on waiting for Johnson to take his shield down with 3 beam rifle shots. It's annoying when one of his shots misses, because then you can't really hit him because his shield isn't down, and you got to wait for him to shoot another 3-round burst into him, which is annoying because he takes his time shooting at him 3 times. But at this point, I shot him. I took out his latest wave of reinforcements, and then I look back, and I don't know where he is. It seems like he has fallen down. I could actually hear... You can't hear it right now because the sound is down, but it seemed to me that he was either at the top or the bottom, because all I heard repeatedly was the sound of him going up the lift, and lo and behold, he was down low. He was standing just at the edge of the lift, but he was not going through it, so that's why it was repeatedly making the lift sound. So you definitely want to use those ears. You got 2 of them. I mean, most likely. But anyway, just keep on lathering, rinsing, and repeating. Maybe not so much lathering, maybe just rinsing and repeating. But he actually died right there. He dropped his hammer, so we are all set, and we have obtained the par score by far. You can see there, and the time bonus is pretty good. You can get up to a 3 times multiplier if you finish within the par time, and a degrading multiplier if you finish within a reasonable amount of time. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion, and I'll see you later for more Halo achievements.